and they wanted to medicate me every day. You realize, like, they could have just switched to medication and I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue, right?
Yeah.
Y'all, those clone rumors about Kanye West are trending again. And I know it sounds wild, but let's go over the receipts. Recently, clips started circulating online of what appears to be a homeless man sitting on a bench, and people are convinced it's Kanye. Same face, same build, but completely out of place. The internet exploded with questions. Is this the real Ye, lost and discarded, while a double or clone is the one we see in public?
Someone found the original Kanye West.
Now, this isn't coming out of nowhere. Kanye himself mentioned that his handler tried to put him on high doses of lithium, the same medication Britney Spears was allegedly forced to take during her conservatorship. And we all saw what that did to her. She became sedated, robotic, and controlled. When you start to see the pattern, it feels less like mental health treatment and more like a tool for control.
When I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears too. I mean, look at
They would have Michael Jackson.
or worse, yeah.
To Vegas, my therapist sat me down in a room and said he had a million phone calls about how I was not cooperating in rehearsals and I haven't been taking my medication. All of this was false. He immediately the next day put me on lithium out of nowhere. He took me off my normal meds I'd been on for 5 years. And lithium is a very, very strong and completely different medication compared to what I was used to.
And then there's Harley Pasternak, Kanye's former trainer, who literally threatened to have him institutionalized again. Think about that word, institutionalized. It's wild how everyone just forgot about the situation. How can a personal trainer threaten a major celebrity so publicly, and yet the media brushes it off like it's normal? The real question is, what's really happening to Kanye? Even if that homeless man isn't him, you can't deny that today's Kanye is not the same person he was a few years ago. And no, it's not just his bipolar disorder. Something deeper is going on here. So let's get to the bottom of it.
We gotta get the truth before we can get the love, or else we're just loving the lies.
Yeah. What have you got to say to people that are trying to cancel you? You can't cancel him.
I'm here.
That's right.
We're here. We ain't going nowhere, baby.
You've been here for years.
If I ever went anywhere, we know why. You understand what I'm saying?
All right, let's dive into these cloning rumors. And because honestly, this is where things get wild. To be clear, no one is literally saying Kanye has been cloned, but many people are speculating that the real Ye was heavily medicated after he started speaking out about certain topics you're not supposed to discuss in Hollywood.
Black people can't be anti-Semitic. We are Jew. You understand what I'm saying? We are Jew. So cool out. Until you do your facts, until you really do the facts with the fake indoctrination that y'all pull into the schools and all that, you know what I'm saying? We're not following.
Now, let's look at the timeline because this is where things get eerie. Back in December 2022, Kanye told the paparazzi, "If I disappear and come back, that won't be me." Shortly after, he actually vanished for about 2 weeks, and no one knew where he was. Even mainstream media reported that Kanye was missing and that his friends couldn't locate him. Then, out of nowhere in January 2023, Kanye suddenly reappeared with a woman named Bianca, someone nobody had ever heard of before. And just a few days later, he announced that they were married.
As for Ye, well, we haven't seen him really since all the anti-Semitic rants and all those interviews he was doing.
He's been
hanging around with Nick Fuentes.
Disappeared for a couple of weeks.
Really laid low. Well, he resurfaced in Beverly Hills. He was not solo though. With a woman, a blonde woman, and that's all we can tell you about her because one, we didn't get a really good look at her. There's one shot and there's another as they were walking into the Waldorf Astoria
In Beverly Hills.
and
Holding hands.
they are holding hands. So don't know who she is, but he's finally back.
And the timing of all this raised a lot of eyebrows because it happened right after Kanye was blacklisted in Hollywood and allegedly threatened for speaking out about the people he believes really run the entertainment industry. As soon as he resurfaced, people began noticing how different he looked. And it wasn't just his appearance. His behavior shifted too. He suddenly seemed more erratic, more incoherent. Remember back in late 2022, when Kanye was exposing how celebrities are controlled? He was constantly talking to paparazzi almost every day, and he sounded sharp and fully himself. Whether you agreed with him or not, that wasn't the point. He could clearly articulate his arguments and was consistently respectful with the paparazzi.
Such as, especially but not exclusively, the myth about a world Jewish conspiracy or of Jews controlling the media, economy, government, or other societal institutions.
But isn't that what you said? That Jews run everything?
Yeah, but that actually is considered to be anti-Semitic.
Right.
So I didn't realize that it was anti-Semitic to say, hey, I have a Jewish attorney, I have a Jewish record label, I have a Jewish contractor, I have a
Do you
Jewish...
regret your statements?
Or the statements you think you should be walking back? I mean, considering...
What do you mean walking back?
Well, backing up off of them. I mean, the thing is, you've lost a lot of endorsements. People are dropping you. You're getting, vilified. I mean, you might think you're right, but I think, there's a whole world out there that's condemning you for what you said.
Okay, so this right here is a chart of Universal Studios, 20th Century Fox, ABC News, CBS News, Columbia Pictures, Warner Brothers, ESPN Sports, Fox News, Washington Post, Metro Goldwyn Mayer, MTV Music Television, Nickelodeon, USA Today, Wall Street Journal, Comedy Central, NBC Entertainment, Google, what else do we have? Disney, ABC Kids and Family, YouTube, Los Angeles Times, Discovery Network, Paramount Pictures, Facebook, Huffington Post, Yahoo, Marvel, Hulu, Cosmopolitan, Time, Touchstone, Associated Press, Pixar, Miramax, HBO, New York Post, LucasArts, MSNBC, DreamWorks Animation. Now, the thing is, I skipped over maybe about 5 of them because it was just unclear on this list. The red are the executives that are Jewish at these companies.
Do you think they stuck together when they heard what you said? Was that what happened?
Well, what I said is, hey, I've had experiences where it felt like I was being teamed up on, and I didn't realize that term would be considered to be anti-Semitic. So I had a mediation with Adidas today, and I think Adidas felt like because everyone else was ganging up on me that they had the right to just take my designs.
After all the blacklisting and that mysterious 2-week disappearance, something clearly shifted. Suddenly, Kanye began acting completely out of control, going on unhinged rants that didn't make sense and lashing out at the same paparazzi he used to handle calmly. Take a look at this video of Kanye's first encounter with the paparazzi after resurfacing with Bianca. He seemed paranoid, aggressive, and refused to answer any questions. It was the complete opposite of the Kanye from December 2022 before he vanished.
It's on your honeymoon, guys. All right. I just want to congratulate on your honeymoon.
Bro, just stop. You got paparazzi. You understand? It's like the first stop. Just stop.
Yeah, but I'm in the alley.
No, listen, bro.
Yeah.
It's like antagonistic.
I just need just one shot, please.
No, you got the shot, but I'm saying
It was not good, but I respect you.
It's like, that's my thing. It's like, you don't even know. Y'all just jump up on people like this, and it's just like...
I apologize if I caused you trouble, and you told me to stop, and I...
All right, now let's talk about the lithium angle, because this is where things start to feel very real. Kanye has claimed that his handler tried to put him on a dangerously high dose of lithium. And if you know what lithium does, you know it's far from harmless. It sedates, dulls emotions, and makes people much easier to control.
They tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And they when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears too. I mean, look at
They
what
would have
look-
Michael Jackson.
or worse, yeah. So look at what they did. Look at what they did to Britney. When she went in, she was tired, she was exhausted, she was in a bad way. But 10 years of that medication wrecked her brain. You can see it now. You can see.
And that's where a lot of people start drawing parallels with Britney Spears. She's openly talked about being forced onto lithium during her conservatorship, saying it messed her up so badly that she couldn't even hold a simple conversation.
But he put me on that and I felt drunk. I really couldn't even take up for myself. I couldn't even have a conversation with my mom or dad really about anything. I told them I was scared, and my doctor had me on 6 different nurses with this new medication come to my home, stay with me, to monitor me on this new medication, which I never wanted to be on to begin with. There were 6 different nurses in my homes, and they wouldn't let me get in my car to go anywhere for a month. Not only did my family not do a goddamn thing, my dad was all for it. Anything that happened to me had to be approved by my dad.
So, with lithium being mentioned in both of these cases and seeing how both Kanye and Britney spiraled after their handlers tried to silence them, it really makes you wonder, is this truly just bipolar management, or is something more sinister going on? The pattern is hard to ignore. And speaking of handlers, we can't skip over the Harley Pasternak situation. I still can't wrap my head around the fact that this man openly threatened to send Kanye back to Zombieland, and yet everyone just brushed it off like it was nothing.
First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words. And everything that is discussed is based in fact, and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you, or you saw in a tweet. Second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you, and you go back to Zombieland forever. Play date with the kids just won't be the same. This is the way a Hollywood trainer was talking to me.
And that's a documented threat from someone in Kanye's inner circle. The fact that it was said so casually in a text tells you a lot about how these systems really work behind the scenes. But it gets even crazier. Fans started digging into Harley Pasternak's background and discovered that he used to work for the Canadian government, not just in any role, but at a military facility conducting research into psychological operations designed to influence human behavior. One user on X even pointed out that Harley had trained several celebrities who allegedly suffered mental breakdowns or died under suspicious circumstances, including Mac Miller and Brittany Murphy. And if that's not suspicious enough, there's an interview where Harley himself admitted he knows a lot about mind-altering substances, and that his military work gave him the freedom to experiment with them without worrying about the legal side of it.
My PhD on exercise physiology and nutrition got recruited by the military to help run essentially the superhuman lab, this laboratory called the Defense and Civil Institute of Environmental Medicine. And the area that I was interested in was how drugs and food affect muscular performance. And
when you say drugs, was that like performance-enhancing drugs, or are they
all kinds of drugs?
Right, okay.
So working for the military, I wasn't governed by the same laws that the typical person was, so I could look at the impact of certain drugs that are not every day.
But there's another disturbing connection here involving Kanye, Harley Pasternak, and another troubled celebrity who recently died under suspicious circumstances, Aaron Carter. On November 5th, 2022, Aaron Carter was found dead, reportedly by drowning in his bathtub. It was officially ruled an accident caused by substances in his system. But here's the chilling part. Just one day before he died, Aaron tweeted, "Yo, Kanye, let's talk man to man." And after Aaron's death, Kanye later claimed in an interview that Aaron was taken out because he wanted to speak to him about Harley Pasternak.
That way, if they did attempt to kill me or kill me like they killed Michael Jackson or JFK, or Aaron, what is the guy's name? Aaron Carter, the guy who wanted to talk to me about the Harley Pasternak situation. If they did do that, they would say, oh, it's Ye's mental health.
And if someone like Harley Pasternak was openly threatening Kanye through text messages, what does that say about what might be happening behind closed doors? That's where the real fear begins, and why the clone theory starts to make sense for some people. When you connect all the dots, the lithium, the bizarre public appearances, the body double rumors, the mysterious deaths, the handler wife, it starts feeling less like coincidence and more like a deliberate pattern. It's no secret that there are people in Hollywood whose actual job is to control celebrities, keep them in line, and make sure they don't say the wrong thing. Because in that world, there's an unspoken rule. You can talk about almost anything, except the one thing: you don't expose how the industry really works or who allegedly holds all the power behind the scenes. And Kanye, he stepped directly into that line of fire.
Of Universal Studios, 20th Century Fox, ABC News, CBS News, Columbia Pictures, Warner Brothers, ESPN Sports, Fox News, Washington Post, Metro Goldwyn Mayer, MTV Music Television, Nickelodeon, USA Today, Wall Street Journal, Comedy Central, NBC Entertainment, Google, what else do we have? Disney, ABC Kids and Family, YouTube, Los Angeles Times, Discovery Network, Paramount Pictures, Facebook, Huffington Post, Yahoo, Marvel, Hulu, Cosmopolitan, Time, Touchstone, Associated Press, Pixar, Miramax, HBO, New York Post, LucasArts, MSNBC, DreamWorks Animation. Now, the thing is, I skipped over maybe about 5 of them because it was just unclear on this list. The red are the executives that are Jewish.
And now those clips of homeless Kanye have people revisiting the clone theory all over again. What really happened to Kanye during those 2 weeks in December 2022 when he disappeared? Why did his appearance and behavior shift so drastically? And where did his new wife even come from? Before he vanished, Kanye was literally begging Kim K to take him back. And then just 2 weeks later, he's suddenly married to a woman no one had ever seen before. Now, I know the clone theory sounds out there, but let's be real. Hollywood has always used body doubles for stunts, for paparazzi distractions, for public appearances. So if someone really wanted to swap Kanye out with a lookalike, it wouldn't even be that far-fetched. And zooming out, this isn't just about Kanye. Hollywood has a long history of controlling anyone who gets too loud. People aren't allowed to talk about where the money flows, who pulls the strings, or the connections between big studios, record labels, and media outlets. That's why every time Kanye starts speaking out, things get strange. Whether you believe in clones or not, the combination of heavy medication, public manipulation, and the possibility of body doubles makes the idea of controlling or even poisoning Kanye seem believable to a lot of people who've been paying attention. It's a lot to take in, but the pattern is definitely there. So now I want to hear from you. If this is happening to Kanye, what else could be going on behind the scenes in Hollywood that we'll never see? Is the Kanye we see on TV, social media, and music videos really him? And what do you think happened during those 2 weeks he was missing? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.